deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Take a few deep breaths and touch the sky. Take a deep breath, deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Let it go, let it out, let it go, let it out. Take a deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Take a few deep breaths and touch the sky. On a sunny morning, I touch the sky. Next morning, I touched your heart. What's the start? I play my role when I rip the mic apart. Do what I got to do, the place is spark. The moment I saw you, it's all gone. Hard to believe to a pimp like me. Used to have 7 women every day of the week. Big time, I put that behind. Said I'm sorry, I got to go from the side. Lied to the man, I aim high to the place no human has ever given try. So I got to go, I got to go. All I want is for you to stay. Man out of grave, resurrected. Now he's connected. No concession, just ain't better by you. Take a deep breath. Let it go, follow my lead. No doubt about that. It's a happy day. I gotta tell you one thing. Take a deep breath, deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Let it go, let it out, let it go, let it out. Take a deep breath, deep breath, deep breath. Take a few deep breaths and touch the sky.
Hello, let me just unmute and my call with Star. Hello, dear, are you there?
I'm here.
Hello.
Hello.
Hopefully things will go better this time. I got a little bit angry.
Angie.
Angy. Okay. Make sure everybody's fully healed. Not that it'll matter. Because she's just gonna drag our HP down anyway.
Just think Soul Eater and Lotus use.
I will. Lotus juice, give me strength. I'm gonna use a save state this time too.
Good.
Alright, to hell I go. Did I really not save before we got to the thing? God damn.
Oh. You know what song I have stuck in my head for some stupid reason?
What song do you have stuck in your head?
Gangster's Paradise.
You could have a worse song stuck in your head, I feel.
Yeah, fair enough. You know that song is actually uses a sample?
Huh.
It's a sample of a...
I don't think I've ever heard Gangster's Paradise before, actually.
Have you heard the Weird Al version at least?
Dunno? I don't think so.
Amish Paradise?
I've only ever heard
Actually,
a couple of Weird Al songs in my life.
Actually, I'm surprised you haven't heard the full song, or at least, you know, the main part of the song, since it was in the Sonic the Hedgehog marketing. Yeah, the
like
yeah,
the song that was in Thor earlier?
No.
Because I'm pretty sure that one's an Immigrant song.
It's a meme.
I don't know.
I can't do it without the actual background music. But it's more low and ominous. Man spending most our lives living in the gangster paradise. The funny thing about that is, like I was saying, it's a Stevie Wonder sample apparently.
Huh.
I think it originally had swears, and then Stevie was just like, "Hey, you can sample my song all you want, but don't swear in it." And it was like, "Okay."
That's a little bit funny.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna respect any old school musician, Stevie Wonder is definitely like pretty high up on the list.
Yeah, just the fact that the swearing was a no-no is kind of funny.
Well, Stevie's a classic musician, you know, not classical, just like he from the older decades where you only really swore if it was like rock music or something.
I guess so.
Don't underestimate us.
It's a nice enough song. All three versions, Stevie's. I think "Gangster's Paradise" is Coolio's song.
I wouldn't.
So
know.
Stevie, Coolio, and Al. Al's pretty cool.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy.
I remember he put a word in one of his song parodies that's like totally fine over here, but is actually a slur over in the UK, and he straight up, like, anytime he performed it, he would remove that verse, and he formally apologized for it because he didn't know, and that's real cool.
That is cool. Good for him, good for him.
Yeah. He's also in like a fuck ton of cartoons.
Don't underestimate us.
Yeah, I know that part. He's also been on John Oliver at least once.
Oh, absolutely, he would. Like that makes total sense that he was on there.
I think it was the North Korea episode.
Yeah, because they like accordions.
Also, I'm trying to be very chill this stream so as not to get extremely worked up, so that is why I'm a little bit quiet and zoned.
That's
I
my
do not
secret,
want to
Cap.
get-
I'm always playing Persona 2.
I think when you go to hell, you are forced to play Persona 2 for all eternity. I think that's just kind of what happens. I might have to grind a little bit if I can't manage to swing it this time. If I can manage to get it, then, you know, I'll get it. But if I can't, I may grind the team up to level 30. We'll see how things go.
You know what curse thing I just realized? Well, it's a bit of a stretch.
What curse thing did you just realize?
Kutsuki and Weird Al both have long brown hair. So just
Don't-
put glasses on Weird Al.
Don't insult Weird Al like that. I think this might be a good idea for now.
Oh, Weird Al made a parody of Radioactive. I didn't hear about that.
I think the only Weird Al song I've ever heard is the Horoscope one.
Which one's that?
I'll send
Oh,
it
yeah,
after
no.
this.
Yeah, the original song. Yeah, I remember it.
It was in a lot of memes back in the day.
You know what I forgot that he did?
What did he do?
He made a song for Pokemon.
Oh,
I think it was in Pokemon 3's credits. What's hilarious if you just sit through the credits, it's like there's this really emotional song because you know Pokemon 3, that whole story, and then it just punches you in the face with Polka. It's just like, what the fuck is going going on? And then Weird Al starts singing. It's just like, oh, okay. I guess that makes sense.
I think that's really good. I think that's really valid. Also, I think I just had bad RNG last time because this is going significantly smoother, and that half my team didn't die in like the first turn.
Apparently Coolio didn't like Amish Paradise because it undermined his song. Like the serious message, not like, oh yeah, my music. He made a movie once. Yeah, oh that's right, he also had a TV show.
That was pathetic.
He was in the new Bill and Ted movie. He was in the new Phineas and Ferb movie as well.
Oh, I think I knew that one.
He plays Darkseid in Teen Titans Go.
I'm disappointed.
Oh, he plays as himself in a lot of movies.
Are you just like on his Wikipedia page right now?
Yeah. He was in Batman and he was in Batman versus Robin. Not Batman and Robin. That's a different movie.
I wish he
the
was in
doll
Batman and
maker.
Robin.
What the hell is the doll maker?
I think if he was in Batman and Robin, that movie would be significantly more bearable to watch.
The doll maker doesn't have anything to do with that villain that's like either made of or makes toys, right? Or like the
Makes
guy
you
that
think
has
I
the
would
puppet.
know.
What?
What makes you think I would know?
Because the character that I'm thinking of is in Batman the Animated Series. I think.
Really?
I think.
Do you mean the guy with like the dummy?
I think that's one of them, and I think there's also another villain I'm thinking of that's also in the DC cartoons. That's just Toy Man.
It's been a while.
But the dummy one is definitely one I was thinking of, even if they're two unrelated people instead of the same one.
It's really funny that that didn't do anything.
Don't underestimate us.
He guests on a lot of shows. There's a TV movie called Seriously Phil Collins. I don't know what it's about, other than assumedly Phil Collins. Drunk
I'm
History.
really not doing much to her.
Wait, what do you mean he played Adolf Hitler in Drunk History?
He did? What?
Apparently.
Well, that's certainly something he put on his resume, I'm sure.
Well, it was obviously to make fun of him, so I don't judge him that much.
Well, yeah.
It's like, I think Charlie Chaplin did the same thing. I think. Somebody
Yeah, Charlie
did.
Chaplin did that a lot. But that was back in, like, the Hitler times.
He was in the Goldbergs as himself. Did he dress up as himself? Like, as himself in the 80s or 90s? Probably. But I mean, that must fuck with his hair. Because he grows it out very long these days, but he had it, like, still just as curly, but a lot shorter back in the 80s and 90s.
Huh.
Like, if you just look at, like, any scene from UHF, you can see it. Except for the one where he's dressed up as Rambo. Oh, no, yeah. Totally is wearing it like he would in the 80s and 90s. Longer than usual, it looks like, but still, like... It's more that it's poofier than it is, goes longer down his, shoulders.
This is an incredibly annoying boss fight. I'm only doing like 30 damage to her per turn. I don't remember how I did this last time.
He was actually in 2 episodes of Last Week Tonight. The other one was about President-elect Trump. Which is weird because it's credited in 2017 and also separate from, like, you'd think it'd be listed together and they just put both episodes, but no, they put Lady Dynamite between it.
You know what? I remember where he was in the President-elect Trump episode. He was one of the people who said "fuck you" 2016 at the end.
Yeah. Eric Andre. He's an Adam Ruins Everything as the devil.
Good for him. You know what? I think the devil is the role Weird Al was made to play.
The entire premise of the episode is that, like, the devil is trying to get Adam to play a game for his soul, and Adam just takes his, like, hints at playing a game with him and just being like, ah, you want me to deconstruct such and such thing.
Oh, that's how I did
okay,
damage
and then he
last
just
time.
leaves, and then the devil's just like, ah, fucking hell.
Turns out I used Earth Smash EX last time. Okay. I don't know
think in
why
that
I would
episode,
veer
Adam
away from
talks
my
about-
usual.
I think in that episode, Adam talks about violence in video games, Monopoly, and something else. Oh, the Olympics. Which is funny to me since I knew 2 of those 3 things. Of course, the violence in video games one is fucking obvious to anyone who's not just trying to push that narrative that came out in around the 90s of just like, new thing, evil for children. Just like, fuck off.
Most people know there's no scientific evidence that video games make you more violent. But, like,
Yeah.
who listens to science these days? Certainly not Americans.
I found the TV show stuff that he's in. Wait, what if... What the fuck do you mean Milo Murphy's Law is the same age as the 7D? Jesus. That can't be right. Oh no, he appeared in it in 20... It's still wrong though, because it ends in 20... Whatever. Oh, now I'm gonna find myself down a different rabbit hole. Because I forgot he was in an episode of Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, and I need to tell you about the different guests in that show. But before I shift gears from Weird Al to Scooby-Doo, fucking... anything else? He was in Word Girl once. He was in the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy video game, which was very strange.
Something about that makes sense, actually.
Wander Over Yonder as the banana. Played himself in Back to the Barnyard.
That sounds like an episode of a television show that was on Nickelodeon in the mid-2000s. TV went through a weird phase in the mid to late 2000s.
Yep. That it did.
Everybody say thank you, Flapjack, in Adventure Time.
He played himself in Batman the Brave and the fucking Bold. Weird
That's
Al
a name I
Yankovic.
haven't heard in a while.
Weird Al Yankovic, thank you for stopping this cry. I couldn't have done it without you. That show was good though. I liked its musical numbers.
I haven't watched that much of it. Just because I tend to prefer more serious tones in my Batman media.
You should we should at least watch the Music Meister episode.
Alright, I'm willing.
It is an entire musical with Batman characters.
Oh, good.
Like, they have musical numbers in the rest of the series too, but it's like one and done. They have a song and then the episode continues. Music Meister is like a musical episode. There is a soundtrack. It is set up like if it was a musical on stage, but it's a cartoon.
Well, you know I love me some musicals.
They make Gorilla Grodd sing.
What revival beats do I have? 3. I wish she would stop using diamond dust. It is the bane of my existence. Why do you have the most powerful ice move in the game, man?
Yeah, not much else here of note. I mean, there is more things of note, but not to us. Oh, that's right, he was on Game Grumps.
Oh yeah, they have that series where they have celebrity guest stars.
Yeah, I forgot that he was there.
Jamie Lee Curtis was on that once.
It was like... It was Wheel of Fortune and another game called Mom Hid My Game. What guests do they have on there? Ben Schwartz, that's cool. Paul F. Tompkins.
They had one of the kids from Stranger Things once.
Oh yeah, Finn Wolfhard. He was real sweet in that one. Grant Kirkhope, although that was pre-Danny, so I mean...
I still watch that, guest Grumps. Or, no, I think it was a Grumpgate episode of The Simpsons Hit and Run sometimes.
Is that the one with Oni?
I don't remember. I genuinely have no clue who the guests were. I just know they were funny as hell.
I think that was the one with Oni. I don't watch much of his stuff, but I also don't get too much of a fuss about it, because not much I don't have to deal with his stuff very much. But that was a good episode.
It's
I like this.
really
I like the
funny.
stuff with Markiplier.
damn
So
it.
I love the story that they tell. They misspelled his name in the opening, and Barry pointed it out to them, and they were just like, "Oh fuck." Like Mark, of course, didn't care because he is a gem. He is a sweetheart, but Aaron was just straight up was like, "Oh hell, oh no, we fucked it up. Fucked up Markiplier's name. Oh no."
You know what? That makes sense.
And then they just kind of played into it by just never spelling his name right.
I mean, I think if somebody is okay with you misspelling their name once, you can probably turn it into a running joke. As long as there's no, like, hurt feelings.
Yeah.
God, my birth name has, like, 4 or 5 variant spellings. And when I was in 6th grade, my English teacher never spelled it right. I think she got it right, like, once at the end of the year. I was constantly, like, crossing out the way she wrote it. It was a pain.
I had a teacher that said my handwriting was absolute garbage.
I mean, is it?
Yes. So do you want to hear about the guests that show up in Scooby-Doo and Guess Who?
Yes.
The entire premise of the show, in case the name wasn't obvious, is that celebrity guests come on each episode, It's a different one per episode. Notable ones include Alton Brown from the cooking competition and Good Eats. Steve, oh, they pointed out in the episode, it's not pronounced Buscemi or whatever.
Buscemi?
Yeah, I think. Oh no, yeah, no, Steve. Yeah, it's Buscemi, not Buscemi. There. So I did say it right. They pointed out in the episode, and so many people correct him the other way around and just like, fuck it, I don't know anymore.
Sometimes I think about that Scooby-Doo WWE movie with John Cena.
Oh, that one's good, but if you want weird Scooby-Doo crossovers outside of Guess Who, Kiss is the one you gotta think about.
I'm sorry, they had who in a Scooby-Doo piece of media?
Yeah, Scooby-Doo Kiss.
When? Why?
I
And
don't
then
remember
what?
when. It was just a movie called Scooby-Doo. It was. I need to find the movie title.
I hate it.
Where is it? Yeah, Scooby-Doo. There we go. But the movie was specifically about their crossover with Kiss.
I hate
Direct
it.
video special. Thank you. No. I need the list of movies. I need the TV shows. I need the movies.
Let's go, everybody!
There's a Velma spinoff? Good for her.
Good for her, she deserves it. You go, you funky little lesbian.
God, it really sucks that they wouldn't let Jim Gunn write her like that. And the Mystery Incorporated crew as well.
Don't underestimate us.
Oh my god.
Scooby-Doo
Thank
Media,
God.
thank you.
Babe, you were so eager to die.
There's gonna be a
Be
Courage the
alone.
Cowardly Dog
Fine,
Scooby-Doo?
imposter.
Oh shit. Imposter.
Sus.
When
Get
the
out
Maya
of my head,
is
get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head.
Jesus Christ. And yet Lisa is still behind.
I mean, yeah, we lost her for like an entire dungeon.
But yeah, apparently there's gonna be a Courage the Cowardly Dog movie as well.
Are you really big sis?
Saw the spring on my way here. I remembered everything. I'm sorry that I forgot about you all. I'm so sorry.
I really like this mix of Maya's theme.
How did I not notice? All this time, my persona's been telling me you were big sis. I'm sorry.
That's sweet.
Oh.
I did something so terrible. I'll understand if you hold a grudge over it.
No. This is all because of an unfortunate misunderstanding that started that day. If anything, I'm glad to be able to see you all again. I'd never resent you. On the contrary, it's you who should. You're also a false me born from a rumor. I just wanted to tell you about June-kun in your place. Since you forgot everyone because of how awful the fire was.
Give me June. Give me him. Give me the boy.
Salvia flower. Thinking of you. Jun-kun is also suffering from false memories. I could only watch as he changed. Please, save him. Flick that lighter.
Flicks the lighter.
Grazie, my hero. Academia.
God. Thank you, My Hero Academia.
Butterfly man. Butterfly in the sky. You're Philemon? That's right. Now I remember. I met you 10 years ago.
I am honored that you remember. You have all grown splendidly, yet you have not lost the shine in your eyes from those days. In homage to your strong will, I will grant you power. The strength of your hearts and kindness has awakened your true personas.
Your mask is pretty.
Thank you. Yes, I got that one right.
I am the awakened Eros. You who are in love. Take to heart the knowledge that your affections fuel your strength.
Now, as you have seen, your old friend is tormented by false memories. He sought to use rumors for his own ends, but it has been swallowed by them, and is acting to fulfill mankind's ultimate dream. Did I really only get Lisa's right? Such was not Jun Kuroso's original desire. His mind is snared in rumors and is slowly becoming something inhuman.
Thought you said snared in boomers.
Those two. The Holy Cross is the Grand Cross, and Nahui Olin is the world of the fifth sun. There is no time to lose before it perishes. If you wish to save your friend from the clutches of the crawling chaos who toys with man's fate, go to the Caracol.
This is where I spent that night with Tatsuya-kun. When I played with you all. So many great memories here.
But we're still short one man.
We're still one short man.
No, that's me.
Yeah, let's go get June. We of the Mass Circle can do this. Is this Tamaki?
Suo?
Good timing. We need to ask Miss Okamura something. Could you get her on the...
Forget that. Look up at the sky.
It's a bird. It's a plane.
It's Superman. Cutscene. That's not good. Don't like that. I don't like that imagery.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. It's Weird Al Yankovic.
God.
No.
Nazi Transformers?
I wouldn't be surprised if Transformers actually did that once.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know jack shit about Transformers, but it looks like a wild ride.
We'll just ask Josie about it.
You know what? I'm gonna ask that in the egg group chat right now.
I guess stream doesn't have context for that. Egg.
I have asked the forbidden question. Go on. Wait, hang on. This is the opening song from Eternal Punishment.
Hey, me. Seriously? What's an army invading from above?
Hello? Yukino, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Don't tell me that's...
I'm afraid so. The rumors about the last battalion are true. Plus, hey!
Hello? Listen to me. Karakol means snail, or Katatsumuri. Kashihara said that the bases of the Karakol ruins at Chichen Itza are at Mount Katatsumuri. The last battalion is after the Rings of Time at the Karakol. What the fuck is this shit?
I don't know. I don't know.
The Rings of Time are set in motion. The world. You must get to the Karakol at once. Don't let them near the rings.
What is going on in this game?
Do you say Mount Katatsumuri? Shunsuke-san's at the temple there. If anything happens to him, I'll... Calm down, Yuki. Fuji-san can take care of himself, right? Rescuing him is just one more reason to hurry.
Anyway.
Raid! Where's my bamboo spear? The wall is back on!
This sounds like Crash Bandicoot music. It's one thing after another. Fine. Army or no army, we're going after him.
The last battalion's after what's in the Lakek. Jun-kun should be headed there too. Shunsuke-san, please stay safe until I can get there. So Fuji-san is Yukino-san's sweetie. Let's hurry, Tatsuya.
I think you're jumping to conclusions a bit. Oh, I can't save.
Rip.
There we go. Where were we going?
I don't know, I read it, but I didn't process it. Start with CH.
Mount Katatsumuri, that's right. Wrong buttons. I'm used to pressing the left trigger to use my third eye in Persona 5, but it's not like that here, and so I keep just opening the save state thing. Yes, the last battalion's here too. If we took the cable car, it'd be a quick trip up to the summit. Why am I making him vaguely Bostonian? Time to go to hell. I doubt they'll hold back if they see anyone coming. Our choices are the frontal route or the mountain path over here. What should we do? I could go either way.
There's time to waste. We go through the front. The direct route would be a shorter distance, but I don't think it'll be easier necessarily. easy necessarily. Taking a slight detour to avoid them might be faster in the end. Which way should we go, Tatsuya?
Just gonna give myself a save state right here. And let's brute force it, bust right through.
Got it. The Kiss movie was called,
Reich Arcana.
I just had it.
There's a Nazi Arcana? We
There's
have
a
come
what?
up with a we have come up with a Nazi Arcana.
So what do the cards say? Well, this one says you're a Nazi. I don't know what that means, but you should probably get that checked out.
I'm gonna do
Yeah,
that if my
it's
brother ever asks.
Scooby-Doo and Kiss, Rock and Roll Mystery.
Just gonna queue up Immediate.
I don't know much about that movie, but I know that there's a scene in it where Kiss has a magical girl transformation. It's basically what you think. I think they're also a mystery-solving team that Mystery Inc. is like, what the fuck are you doing, Kiss? This is our territory.
The fact that Kiss is a mystery-solving team in the Scooby-Doo universe is really funny to me.
I think a magical mystery-solving team.
A magical mystery-solving team?
Yeah, I think. I think they have powers. I don't know, I haven't actually seen the film, I've just heard about it.
Scooby-Doo specials are bizarre.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm confused
Again, I think
and
it's
afraid.
a curd one. And there might have been... No, Flintstones was a... Flintstones was a separate thing. I thought there was a Flintstones crossover, there wasn't.
Yeah, literally the only correct dialogue option I chose was, Lisa's. That's kind of funny.
Ah.
I thought I did good.
Oh, they also have multiple crossovers with Batman, including Brave and the Bold.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me. At least those are both cartoons.
You don't care about Scooby-Doo spoilers, by the way, right?
I don't care about any spoilers. We've been over this.
Right. So, in one of these films... I haven't seen many of these films, but I've seen one of them that takes place on a camp. It turns out the mystery is this very short criminal gangster man who disguised himself as a child.
So, Boss Baby.
Basically. Let's see, what's the guest list for Scooby-Doo Guess Who? Alton Brown, Steve Buscemi. They team up with Batman in that show. Team up with Sherlock Holmes in that show. So it might just be a guy posing as Sherlock that they're like, fuck it, sure, I guess he's good at solving crimes. They team up with Abraham Lincoln once. Which just turns out to be the Funky Phantom, which I highly doubt you know or care who that is.
I do not. This is all very bizarre. I hope you realize that. Like, it doesn't sound like you're describing real things to me. It sounds like you're describing things you, like, dreamed about while after, like, going to bed with a bad cold.
Do you know who Jeff Dunham is?
Yes, unfortunately, I do. My family is all, like, old Republicans.
He was in an episode.
Dear God.
Jeff Foxworthy, Morgan Freeman, Jim Gaffigan, Ricky Gervais, Whoopi Goldberg, and she's a psychic in that episode.
Oh my God. I
Halsey.
believe that Whoopi Goldberg is a psychic in real life as well.
So here's the thing. Oh, first. Focused manpower and speed is essential when breaking through. Then again, there's only 5 of us. But we still need to hurry.
Go on. Oops.
So they have the Joker show up in the Batman episode, but also in a completely separate episode, Mark Hamill is a guest. They even, like, sort of acknowledge it because he's like, oh yeah, I saw that work you did with the Joker. And he's like, how did you know about that? And he's just like, oh, I have my ways. And then he does like the little Joker laugh, and they just continue on.
Wasn't there... I think you showed me, it might have been like a Big Hero 6 episode or something like that, where he, like, does the Joker voice to freak somebody out.
No, that's Justice League Action, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Because Big Hero 6 is a Marvel thing. It has nothing to do with DC stuff, so they couldn't really do that easily.
Hello, Freeze. Don't apologize for being late. We're just glad you're here. You missed me managing to beat Shadow Maya.
We also talked about Weird Al Yankovic, and now we're talking about Scooby-Doo.
Yeah,
because Weird Al Yankovic was on Scooby-Doo.
Going down rabbit holes is just how things go here. I've long accepted it.
Wonder Woman was a guest.
Oh.
Macklemore.
Thrift shop, I think of you every day.
Malcolm McDowell. Bill Nye. I think Bill Nye was in the same episode as Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I've never used any of these items. I should use them.
Penn and Teller. Kristen Shaw. Sia. The Flash. They just got all the DC superheroes in here. And they're in separate episodes. They don't show up in each other's episodes.
Make sure everybody's got the best equipment I have.
Wanda Sykes, George Takei, Kenan Thompson. Aw, Alex Trebek was in it.
I should go buy more equipment.
Steve Urkel was in it.
Holy shit.
Still played by Jaleel White.
Sometimes I think about how Steve Urkel and Sonic the Hedgehog are played by the same guy in, like, the 90s.
I mean, to be fair, he kind of fits Sonic, honestly.
He does.
Like, he's not the best Sonic voice actor, but I wouldn't say he's an unfitting cast.
He's definitely fitting, at least for the Sonic cartoons that were coming out at the time.
I think out of celebrities who do it, though, Ben Schwartz still beats it. Even if he does sound a little old. Like, he doesn't sound like an old person, but he sounds like a 20 to 30-something trying to sound like a teenager. Weird Al, I already mentioned that. I think there's many other people left after that. Cher, I guess. Yeah, that's about it.
It's always wild to me when Cher just shows up in things.
But it's a very strange show.
I kind of appreciate that this game contains, like, other mythology as well. Like, Xibalba is the underworld in, like, Aztec mythology, I think.
It was in Road to El Dorado, so...
Yeah.
So we need a mod that removes all the Fire Emblem stuff. I wish people would stop being so fucking salty about Fire Emblem. Like, yeah, Awakening probably has too many people in there, and Corrin was kind of shitty back when Smash 4 came out, and like, Fates wasn't very well received, so arguably they shouldn't be there, or at the very least it should be somebody who's more popular.
Remind me
But,
to
like,
show you
fucking-
a video about why Fire Emblem representation isn't all that bad really later.
Well, I saw that video too, and you know what? I agree with his point. Because I didn't care about Fire Emblem representation until Corrin happened too, because Corrin was added to Smash Brothers before anyone could play Fates, and then Fates was poorly received. But that's the only character that I have any ill will with, and when they became part of the base package in Smash Ultimate, it's like, well, who the fuck cares anymore? Yeah, it's not a very good Fire Emblem game, and like, its representation here probably could have gone to somebody else, but it's also from an older game at that point, so, you know, who cares? If we're getting everybody, might as well include everybody, not just everybody except Corrin. But everybody else that got, well, I mean, not everybody else, like I said, Awakening probably has one too many people, even though both of those other ones that aren't Robin are Echoes, so it's not like it's wasting a slot or anything. But like all the other characters, yeah, no, that's totally fine. Because like everybody whining about Byleth, that one was the stupidest one for me.
Like, why wouldn't they include a character from one of the most well-received JRPGs?
Yeah.
If not of all time, then at least in, like, the last, like, 10 years.
I'm pretty sure Three Houses is the best-selling Fire Emblem game.
It is.
So, like, even if it is a bit self-promoty and it could have gone to, like, a big third-party character, I wouldn't say it's undeserved. Because, unlike when Corrin showed up before their game was released, Three Houses had been out in all regions for months. So it was pretty well known at that point that game was very well received.
I wonder who's gonna end up being the Pokemon rep if they end up repping more Pokemon. Am I going the right way?
Or that? It might be whatever Grookey's evolution is. I think that's because they have the final evolution of a fire line and a water line, but not a grass line.
The thing is,
That being
Grookey
said, I
isn't
think
the most popular starter, though.
You're right. Is the bunny the
It's
most
the
popular
bunny.
one?
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that too. There's options from the new Sword and Shield. I still doubt it, but like, while I feel like Sword and Shield deserves it less than Three Houses does, I'd still say that it comes under that same territory of it's been out for a while, people did enjoy it. It technically earned its spot in Smash Brothers, even if it could have gone to something a little bit cooler. That's another reason why I don't get people being all whiny about Smash choices. There's fucking 80 characters. There's gotta be somebody for you. Like, why whine about somebody else getting something that you don't like when there's always gonna be something that you will? Statistically, it is likely that there will be a character that you like regardless of what gets added as DLC. Like, yeah, I didn't care that much for, like, I didn't care that much for Hero or Byleth until I learned more about their games, but even if I still didn't care about them, I have Mega Man, I have Banjo, I have King Dedede.
I don't care about most
I
of
got
the
Snake back.
I don't care about most of the characters in Smash, but like I have like Joker and some of the Fire Emblem characters and the Pokemon rep and Sonic,
Yeah.
so I'm happy. And Bayonetta. How could I ever forget Bayonetta?
I don't think I would want Kung Fu, but that's just because I don't like their design.
Bring it on.
And also a basic, just straight up fighting character, no extra bonus like spin on it would be kind of redundant. What with Incineroar.
Oops.
Like, if a Pokemon character got added in, I would hope it would be the starter, because each starter would be a unique feel for the Pokemon characters. Because, I don't know the Final Evolution's last names, but like, the bunny would have more kicking moves, and maybe like a soccer ball involved, kind of like something like Wii Fits, but different. The monkey has his drums and drumsticks, and the chameleon or whatever it is has a gun. Has gun.
I'm kind of.
I don't think any.
I'm kind of hoping they do something similar to Pokemon Trainer, where it's like an iconic trainer with like a few of their most iconic Pokemon or something.
I kind of doubt it, but I wouldn't say that's off the table, especially with Pyra and Mythra getting added in. Because that shows that they're down to add more transforming characters, even if Sheik and Zelda are still separate. Same for Samus and Zero Suit Samus, which makes even less sense, but it's still completely fine.
I'm glad Samus and Zero Suit Samus are separate, actually, because I always used to prefer playing Zero Suit Samus when I was a small baby child playing Brawl, but I could never figure out how to get her out of her suit because I was also a stupid small baby. So I just like having her easily accessed.
It was really confusing. You had to press like some weird button combination, unlike Sheik, which you could just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna turn off the Sheik button, the Zelda button. I'm gonna start with this character." And then just press down B if I change my mind.
Zero Suit Samus is one of my mains, as she deserves to be. I should play Smash again sometime. It's been a while.
Fine. I beat up all the spirits again in Smash Brothers because I have no control.
Good job.
For reference point, that's 1,000 different fights.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. Over 1,000, actually. I mean, some of them don't have fights, to be fair, now that I think about it, but, like, that's still a decent amount. Like, probably more like 700.
God damn it. Possession is so annoying.
I like the wink, though. A little wink and a smirk from the icon.
Put that at the bottom. Use you to do this. And you can do this again.
I'm still scared for those last two DLC fighters. I will be until they're released. When will E3 get here?
At this point, who knows? Tradition is dead and so are schedules.
Oh, well, no. We know the dates are. Because unlike last year, it didn't get cancelled. It's gonna be like June 12th to 15th, but that's still so far away.
That's not
I guess
that
that does
bad.
that does give me time to catch up, even though I definitely won't beat all these Smash Bros. Games by the time the next one is announced. Like, odds are, I'd assume by June, I maybe might have finished ARMS and be moved on to, let's see. If I finished Combo Rando, Mario 3, and ARMS, it would be Yakuza, I guess. And then, we're probably not finishing up Persona by June.
Hang on. I will be back in 1 second. Please be entertaining for me.
Ah, shit. Ah, fuck. So, Scooby-Doo. Still haven't seen that new Scoob movie. Apparently, it's not very good, which is sad. I said Yakuza. Did I not? Yeah, Yakuza after ARMS is over. That would be by June. But Persona 4 would probably not be done by June. I'm not gonna spoil it. We haven't talked like any Marvel stuff, which is funny because we just watched Thor Ragnarok, and I know that's not in the movies that we've done on the guessing game yet, but I figured they'd already seen Thor before we did the game. Thor Ragnarok doesn't really spoil much because out of the three movies it primarily references, one we've already covered, one like shows up for one scene and then fucks off, and the other one doesn't really give as much context as you might think. Oh, I guess there's a fourth one too, but it's fucking Thor 2, so who cares if Thor 2... I mean, that's also in the stuff that we already guessed anyway, but like, even if it wasn't... That being said, we're going through Marvel movies, and I'm probably gonna go for Ant-Man next, just because Persona thing. I just let Lappy pick a movie. I was gonna narrow down the options, but I was like, I can't really exclude anything. Well, you can't exclude anything, but like, with all the ones I was including because I thought it would be interesting to them, or it's personally interesting to me, I was like, this is more... I mean, I'm including more movies than I'm excluding, so I might as well just give them the whole pool to choose from, and then we can watch in a specific order, such and such franchise. Because that's the thing I didn't realize about the MCU until I was planning to watch movies with Lappy, is that for the most part, not entirely, but for the most part, if you only care about one franchise in the MCU, all you really need to do is watch that franchise. Like, there'll be some things here and there that'll be like, oh, hey, I don't know who this is, but like, as far as I'm aware, none of them are plot necessary. Except for maybe with Avengers, but that's just because Avengers are the big events where it's like, everything is relying on this. Everything has been leading up to this. And even then, Age of Ultron doesn't really have that at all. Which is probably why it's so weak compared to the other three. It's like, well, everything was building up to the first one and the last two. But like, Ultron just exists. Like, it's just Avengers. Again, there's not really that many new people outside of the people who were introduced in this film. There are some, but it's like, well, they get better crossover events later with the other Avengers films, or even just Captain America. But yeah, we watched Ragnarok because Lappy had already seen Thor 1, and while Thor 2 does have some highlights, it's not really necessary for Ragnarok, especially since Ragnarok kind of references the only details that are important, and even if you don't have those details, it's established pretty well.
Hello, I'm back.
Hi! Freeze brought up Marvel, and I just fucking went
Started
we had
info
watched-
dumping.
because we watched Ragnarok.
We did. I liked it. It was interesting.
Jeff Goldblum was there.
He sure was.
I think in an interview when somebody asked the cast of that movie to be like, "Hey, what did they eat at the end of Avengers?" Jeff Goldblum just answered pizza. I will slowly drag you into this pit. So it's like I was dragged back into it when Doctor Strange and Spider-Man came out. Because that was the thing, as I kind of fell out of the MCU after Thor 2. And then they were just like, hey, we have Spider-Man back. It was just like, oh fuck, I need to see this though. It's Spidey. He's just a boy. He's doing his best.
These fights against the cult guys, they're annoying as shit.
Did you actually see that Sony is doing this really neat deal with Disney and Disney Plus that lets the Spider-Man movies go up on Disney Plus, despite not being owned by them? And that's all of them. It's not just the Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland and the MCU. That's Spider-Verse. That's the Raimi movies. I feel like there's other ones I'm forgetting other than Amazing. It's kind of obvious why I'm not bringing that one up.
I don't know how I feel about that, because that means that Spider-Verse is probably going to be taken off of Netflix.
No. I'm pretty sure with how the deal is done, it's on Netflix first, it's on Netflix for quite some time, and then it's on both, I believe.
Okay.
Venom. That was the one I was forgetting, and Mobius, I think, or whatever his name is. But you probably don't care about those names, especially Mobius or whatever. Which is, I mean, he's kind of cool. He's a vampire, but he's also, like, weird.
I would like to see
Morbius,
Venom.
not Mobius.
I have wanted to watch Venom for like years now, but I have never gotten around to it.
Venom is weird. Like, it wasn't well received when it came out, but I don't know if I'd necessarily say it was bad, because it seems like people are looking at it a little bit more positive, and it got a sequel that could either redeem things or, like,
You say it
make people
wasn't
look
well
differently at the first
received.
movie.
You say it wasn't well received, like I have ever really cared what movie critics have to say.
Well, no, this was general public opinions.
Or
'Cause,
what
like,
the general public has to
'cause-
say. I
'cause
like
critic-
many
critics
things that are, like, bad to everybody else, but I just enjoy.
Critics
Hey,
are
grapes.
super whiny about fucking superhero movies. Just like, oh, it's just jokey comic book nonsense. What the fuck is this shit? I was surprised that Black Panther got so much praise from critics. Like, it's good. It's definitely one of the strongest MCU movies. But I was surprised that critics were willing to put that down for one movie and then put it right back up.
Who knows?
Though, to be fair, I think Ant-Man and the Wasp and Endgame were after that, which neither movie is terrible, but both of them do have elements that are like, what the fuck are you doing? What is this? What are you doing? I mean, I don't mean like it doesn't make sense. They're like, oh, this doesn't make sense. They're like, oh, this is riffraff. This is civilian fare.
Isn't that kind of why superhero movies were like a no-no, and for the most part until the
Iron
MCU
Man.
took off?
Yeah, which sucks.
That's it?
Yep,
Just this one little guy?
tiny fella. Murder.
Well, alright. I guess. Oh, I forgot
guess.
to buy more. Oh, I don't need more rattle drinks, that's why. I have beads.
I will say it's such a weird thing that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is making TV shows. Even if it is only for streaming platform and not for actual television. Like, they had TV shows that integrated with the continuity, but Kevin Feige, the boss of the whole thing, was just like, nope, nope, none of that counts. None of that counts. Phil Coulson, no, doesn't count. Agent Carter, nope. Inhumans, go back to your fucking corner.
You wanna know why?
Why?
It's because it makes them money. Integrating the TV shows makes them money.
Well, yeah, but they don't go the other way around, at least until Disney Plus happened. Like, they're all non-canonical.
I mean, at least the beginning of the Batman movies were good. They had a strong start.
People like the Nolan films. Yeah, Iron Man is impressive because, like, that was one of their B or C tier characters. That's probably why they're so willing to take risks on characters like Shang-Chi.
I like the 80s Batman movies. I'll defend them to my grave. Well, I like the first two. I like the one that came out in 1989 and the first sequel. I don't consider the others to be canon.
I think the weird thing about Batman and Robin is that I think Schumacher was trying to go for more the old school Batman, like the old school comics that are cheesy. But not only did he have to connect it to the other films, I'm pretty sure, but also, like, don't... feel like, oddly enough, the direction of that film doesn't quite hit that tone quite right, even if he was going for that. That doesn't mean that it, like, is terrible at it. It's just that, like, I don't think it presents itself as self-aware as it probably should have.
Sometimes I think about how Joel Schumacher directed the Phantom of the Opera movie, and sometimes I get very angry about it.
Oh yeah, that movie was poorly delivered.
I hate that movie. That movie
Like
makes me upset.
Batman and Robin, I feel like could have worked potentially if he just changed some things in the script writing and direction. Phantom of the Opera, I mean, obviously the script's fine because you know it works on stage, but that direction just, oy. And that casting.
I hate Andrew Lloyd Webber. I hate him so much.
To be
He doesn't
fair,
deserve the
that's not
musical talent
that's
he
not the
has.
worst. That's not the worst Andrew Lloyd Webber film adaptation anymore.
It's not even the worst thing Andrew Lloyd Webber himself has ever done, but I'm still allowed to be mad about it.
Well, of course, it's not the worst thing he's ever done. Celebrities do way worse than their careers, usually.
Andrew Lloyd Webber was made into like a lord for his work in theater. And he uses that to make things harder politically for the those who are not the majority. Minorities. That's the
Ew.
word. I'm tired.
What? Are those the only two films of his, or are those the only two musicals of his that got adapted to film? Phantom
What's the,
and Cats? Or is there more?
I forgot Cats was an Andrew Lloyd Webber musical.
Yep, that was him.
But those are the only two that I could think of. There's probably more.
Also, well, I won't defend the actual film or even the performance. I do want to admit that the idea of Jim Carrey as the Riddler is funny.
Yeah, I think Jim Carrey was a decent casting for the Riddler. I think if there was a better director, then he would have done okay. But there wasn't.
Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face was a strange choice, in my opinion. Because, like, well, he definitely wasn't old he wasn't that old when the film came out, at least as far as I know. But, like, isn't Harvey usually around Bruce's age?
Yeah.
In most things?
Yeah.
It felt like Tommy was a lot older than, like, any Batman actor around that time, let alone the one he was supposed to be with.
Sometimes I think about how weird a choice, Schwarzenegger was as Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Just a weird one, because Mr. Freeze is usually a lot more sophisticated than Schwarzenegger's usual roles.
Yeah. Schwarzenegger would work better for, like, Bane or something.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate
Who would you cast as Freeze instead? Keeping in mind it takes place around the 90s.
Right. Bold of you to assume I know that many actor names from the 90s.
Well, just think of films from the 90s and who was in them.
Christopher Lee, maybe?
Oh yeah, no, I could totally see that. Although, funny thing about Christopher Lee is that he plays Magneto, so...
Oh
I
my
mean, that wouldn't
God.
be for another decade, so it's not like there would be any conflict there, but still.
That is really good, I think.
I feel like Stallone would be just as awkward.
I feel like you would need... You could not have an action star do a good Mr. Freeze. You need to have somebody who's a lot more serious and down to earth.
Did Bruce Willis have a career around that time? Did Die Hard and Pulp Fiction happen? I think Die Hard and Pulp Fiction happened by then. If that was the case, I could see him maybe doing it because he's done more subtle roles as well.
Serves you right.
He also did cartoons.
Because the thing with Mr. Freeze is he's a very tragic villain. He's not very up in your face. He's very, subdued and calm.
You know, 2 films that Bruce Willis was in, 2 animated films,
What?
Over the Hedge and Rugrats Go Wild.
I don't even know
I
how to
think it was-
respond to that.
I think he was the main character in Over the Hedge. I think that was Bruce Willis.
File me under disappointed but not surprised. I haven't seen Over the Hedge in so long.
Yeah, not great.
It's not very good. I remember the villain being fun though.
Yeah. Terminator was alright.
Don't underestimate us.
I'm thinking of the Karen lady.
No.
Exterminator was fun too though.
Yeah, Bruce Willis is RJ. This cast was weird. We had Bruce Willis, Steve Carell, Wanda Sykes, Eugene Levy? Oh, why do I know that name? Catherine O'Hara, William Shatner. I think Adam Levine, or not Adam Levine. Avril Lavigne. Adam Levine is Maroon 5. God, that would be a very different film. Maybe not that different.
Over the Hedge, but it has a soundtrack by Maroon 5 and that's the only difference.
I mean, do you know who does the music for that?
No.
Originally? Ben Folds. Which,
Oh my
like, I know
God.
you probably... Yeah, I don't know if you know Ben Folds or not, but
I
trust me
don't.
when I say that is a very fucking strange choice for a musician for your movie. Not a
should
bad
wa-
one.
I should
Does
watch
good music, but...
Over the Hedge again, if for nothing else. Shit, wrong one.
Yeah, Avril Lavigne, there it is. The only picture next to the voice cast, out of all the pictures they could use of all the voice cast members, it's just a picture of Bruce Willis next to a picture of Avril Lavigne.
Oh my god.
She's like, yes, those are the 2 most important actors in this film. I mean, Bruce is, because he's the lead, but like, Avril?
My mom used to get pictures taken of my brothers every, like, 6 months or so because, you know, they were babies and she wanted the memories or whatever. And, I remember sitting in the waiting room of, like, a Walmart... No, it was a Lowe's, photography area, watching Over the Hedge on their shitty little TV and playing with, like, toddler toys at the ripe age of 10 because I did not have anything better to do.
Seen a lot of strange things on TV movies. They did Pokemon movies once in like a marathon. They showed The Cat in the Hat. Did I tell you that fun story about the Cat in the Hat? I know I've shared it before on my own stream, but I forget if it was in your presence.
Is it the one about your English teacher?
Yes. Okay, so I have shared that.
Take this.
God, I used to like that movie when I was little.
So did I. I think we had merch. What else have I seen on TV? I saw it Hot Tub Time Machine 2, specifically the second one. It was a movie.
It's fair to not want to think about the Cat in the Hat ever again, Freeze.
I saw a movie that I think was made by the Epic Movie people, and it's just as terrible as you think it would be.
I was forced to watch the Lorax movie so many times when I was in middle school because my brothers fucking loved it, and I was their babysitter.
I know, Real Life Comics put out a comic where May is just singing the opening to Dinosaur Train because she had to watch it so much with her child.
God,
And I was just like,
Dinosaur
oh god.
Train.
Yeah, no. Flashbacks.
I think that's the lived with a child who is young enough to appreciate it in the early 2010s mood.
I looked it up because I was surprised that she was referencing that in 2021, but apparently not only is it still going, it had a film. And
It's
in
still
it they
going.
drive a helicopter.
I mean, I'm not surprised it had a movie because that's just what happens to shows that get popular these days. But I am surprised that it's still going.
Yep. It's apparently gonna have its last episode in June.
Good. Put that shit to rest.
But what else is the Sesame Company gonna do? For PBS anyway.
Die.
That's mean. You know that's by the same studio as Sid the Science Kid.
I hated Sid the Science Kid more than I have ever hated anything else in my entire life.
Christopher Lloyd was in that movie. Sesame Street on HBO now, yeah. It still airs on PBS too, but after it shows up on HBO.
Sid the Science Kid was a television show that was on a lot. Because my brothers watched PBS, because for a point in time we had neither cable nor a really good streaming service. We got Netflix like 6 months after we canceled cable. So, I had to watch Sid the Science Kid so much, and I hated it. I hated it. It, like, to this day instills a primal hatred in me like nothing I have ever experienced before. I will see something about Sid the Science Kid, and I will begin to consider actually murdering somebody.
It's by Sesame Workshop Freeze. That's why it was brought up.
Oops.
So is the Dinosaur Train.
There's so much like wartime equipment up here. I know why. I know what's coming. But still.
Forgot Oscar the Grouch has just a pet worm.
He sure does.
Oh, worm?
A worm?
I was looking at the Sesame Workshop collection to see if those shows were also up alongside Sesame Street. And it's just Sesame Street content.
I mean, Sesame Street is their most popular property and is literally what they're named after, so I'm not surprised. Okay. Oops. I need more antidotes than anything else in this game. I'm gonna have to go buy more. I'm so sick of getting poisoned. It is literally the only thing that ever happens to my party. I don't know. You think I pay that much attention to my equipment in this game? I don't. I should, but I don't. The only stat I care about is reducing my my enemy's stats to my enemy's health stat to 0. Hello, plot. Oh gods, we're dead. Never fear. No weakness, no sleep, no failure. It'll take more than their fancy weapons to break our Goketsu-style martial arts. Fight, everyone. Fight for your lives.
And then they were shot to death.
Rock and roll!
Oh, that camera spin.
That certainly was a camera spin.
I'm in a rush here. Whoever wants to die first, step on up.
I got places to be, come on.
You're ready, because Yukino-san's on fire today!
God, you can really hear the kanji in his voice. Alright. I wish I was playing Persona 5 right now.
Should make a sign of that.
Yeah.
Oh no, no. Even better, the fucking pin from SpongeBob.
Absolutely. I'm gonna like Photoshop that and just put it in like the corner of every single Persona 2 stream.
Let's go, everybody! Get set. Get set.
Almost got it. Might as well queue up a Blazing Burst just in case.
Everybody!
There we go.
Excuse me, where is Shunsuke-san?
He went to the summit after seeing the soldiers descend from the sky. Head monk, a strict but kind priest who often lends his assistance to Fuji and Yukino. He seems to be a master of a traditional martial art.
No. Why did he let his photographer's instinct take over now? Why didn't you stop him?
Would you have been able to?
I'm sorry.
No one has the right to stop a brave warrior questing for his dream. A
How
dream
about
can
a stupid one?
A dream can enrich a man's life or destroy it. Humans are indeed creatures with a deep-seated karma. Have you never listened to the Tangled soundtrack? Shunsuke gave me something for you.
This is Shunsuke's son's best.
He inherited it from his father. Quite often did he tell me that when the day came that you decided from the depths of your heart to strive to be a photographer, he wanted you to have it. That is how sentiments are passed down from generation to generation. Take it. If you feel unworthy of possessing it, then you must return it to him yourself.
Thank you very much. You really helped us out.
Sir, look, the sky! When the hell did I drop 81 frames?
Oh, you're lucky to just have 81 frames drop.
I usually don't have any.
Yeah, but 81 is still better than like 1,000.
Is that the rumored Leonids? Indeed, it looks as if a lion is roaring. The sky is streaked with stars that should not be falling now. What a terrible omen.
The lion's roar echoes far and wide. Grand Cross will be starting soon. Caracol must be at the summit. Hurry!
Does Lisa's SP not recover after battles anymore? I'm gonna have to stock up on SP items.
Tatsuya-kun. What can I do for Jun-kun? I don't want anyone else to suffer because of me.
Putting yourself in harm's way for the sake of your dream. Hell yeah, that's what real men yearn for. Well, on the other hand, you have to think of how the people you leave behind feel, huh?
Sorry I lost my cool, Tatsuya. Shunitsuke-san, please be okay.
Leonid is a phenomenon where, when the rings of dust around the sun overlap with Earth's rotation, look like they're pouring from Leo. But it always happens in season, it's never this strong now. Speak of the devil and he doth appear. The rumors circulating are what brought about this strange phenomenon.
The line from the Oracle of Maya after this was, 5 skulls glow in the depths of the earth. They're steadily getting closer. Is Jun really trying to destroy the world? Why did he become a Joker? Tatsuya, I don't get it at all.
We undergo strict training every day in hopes of one day learning Goketsuji's ultimate skill, the Moku Jinken. Oh no! Oh no! First soldiers and now stars? My knees are shaking so much that I can't move. The head monk has mastered an ancient martial art. He's 68 years old, but he still trains every day and jogs in the forest. Damn it, just 1 year off. His movements are as graceful as a monkey's. Sometimes hikers even mistake the head monk for a mythical beast. Your hairstyle is so cool. What is that, a page boy? I wish I could give it a try, but there's the whole shaved head thing. I didn't know Yukino-san could be so scary. I mean, she was hard as nails. She's so modest when she's with Fuji-san. Do I go? Where do I go?
Where do you come from? Where do you go?
Where do I come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Yep. This is a Nemophilia. Maya-san, what's up? We need to get to the summit.
Flowers. God. Okay. Up here.
It's
God damn it. Okay, you're weak to wind. We don't have that. You're weak to fire. You're weak to water. Oh well. We can work with this.
Let's go, everybody!
Here goes.
Local group of teens and 2 adults commits murder.
I was like, this is a surprise.
Oh, it's not. These are some very angry teens and 2 adults. Quite frankly, it's a surprise they didn't commit more murder before this. The changing of positions is so annoying.
Let's go, everybody!
There are so many little changes I want to make to this game for quality of life reasons. I want to be able to change my camera angle while I'm in battle. Is that so much to ask?
Yes.
God damn it. We lost Tatsuya.
Let's go, everybody!
Okay. My god, I'm trying my best. At least the fights against the cult members are a tiny bit less annoying now.
Don't underestimate.
That's not saying much, but it's saying something.
I think there's a cult in Earthbound as well.
What kind of weird cult shit do they do?
Well, they're blue. Pretty sure they're racist.
Ah,
So
so
it's
not
not
so
great.
different. Let's do another Light Smasher. But other than that, we're good. They worship the color blue?
Yeah. I haven't played that game, so I'm not gonna get all the details right.
That's interesting. Okay. You know what? That's fine. I'll take it. Scared is better than Angie.
Stop taking my picture!
No, I'm gonna continue.
Poor thing.
It had it coming.
It only had itself to blame.
If you'd have been there, if you'd have seen it, I bet you would have done the same.
Suppose so. Bebop.
Bebop.
Let's go, everybody!
Da-da-da-ba-doo-ee.
This is it.
Actually. Bop beep boop. You ever think about that episode of SpongeBob where they, like, are pretty sure that Mr. Krabs is a robot? Because I think about it every day of my life.
I haven't seen it outside of memes where they just put in Hotline. Oh no, it was Hotline Bling or Wii Shop channel. Might have been both.
Knowing how memes work, probably both.
I know that somebody else unrelated to it fused the two songs together, but
It's a good episode.
I think it was a Wii Shop channel, though I would totally believe there was a Hotline Bling version as well. I think that's the only Drake song I ever cared about. And this is coming from me, you know? Person who cares a lot about songs.
I don't think I ever heard any other Drake songs. Maybe I have and just didn't know they were Drake songs.
I think the only other one that I heard that I remembered was Nice for What, and that's just because it was supposed to be in Just Dance, but then it got cut because copyright stuff, I think. Even though the game still launched with it,
Oh my god.
which means they couldn't take it out of the Wii version.
Oh. How much legal
Like-
trouble did they get into for that one?
Oh, none, because it was still, oh... forget the word. When a product is brought back.
Recalled?
Yeah. It's still recalled, so assumedly they got no legal trouble for that, but... It was their, like, opening week, and then they had to be like, oh, well, I'm sorry, we took it down from modern consoles. And any further releases afterwards, didn't have it.
I don't think you're, like, legally required to bring, like, recalled products back, so, like, presumably some people just have a copy of Just Dance with that on it. I wonder how much it sells
Oh, absolutely.
for. I wonder how much it goes for on, like, eBay and shit.
Collecting Just Dance copies is super fucking painful. Especially in the early days where they had tons of different variants. Like, if you buy at Best Buy, you get this song for free. If you buy at Target, or if you buy it like some other place that's like Australian or European Target or Best Buy.
I guess having variants is fun. When, like, in theory, not considering, like, scalpers and shit.
I mean, not when Ubisoft does it, to be fair. Like, whenever Ubisoft does variants, like, buy from this specific place or buy this specific version, it's always a hellscape because no version has everything.
I've always found, you have to buy from this place a little bit annoying because, like, what if I don't want to? Have you have you ever considered that? What if I just want to use my normal retailer? What if I like the convenience of buying shit from Amazon and I don't feel like doing something else? Let's see. Hopefully this one will be a bit less annoying. Though I'm not counting on it. I wish you didn't have to queue up your actions at the beginning of the turn. I wish you could just do them as the battle progresses.
I wouldn't mind that. But what about the Final Fantasy method? Of
What's
just,
the Final Fantasy method?
So every character that you play as has a bar.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it fills up, it's that specific character's turn. So it's still turn-based, but it depends on, like,
Turn-based,
everybody's
but,
bar.
like, turn-based, but like 10 times more complicated for no reason
Well,
whatsoever.
no, the reason they do it that way is so that multiple characters can do multiple things, or queue up multiple things, without having to do this system, where everybody queues up something. So say the enemy is doing something, you can still move around on the menu and select what your character will do next.
That sounds complicated, and I'd have to play it to like get a feel for it before I make a judgment.
Not that much. At least no more than like an action RPG would be. Of course, Final Fantasy uses a bunch of different methods. Like, they have traditional turn-based, they have that system with the bar, they have action, combat. I think there's something else that they use, but I've forgotten what.
Let's see. Yep, there we go. I'm capable. I can play video games. Stretch. And carrying on. Animal Trail. Ah, these fuckers again. Let's get the Hydro Boost out of the way first.
Wait, I have Mountain Dew and I've had it the entire time.
Like, since we started hanging out several hours ago, or just since stream?
Since stream.
Okay.
I had tea when we were hanging out.
I was gonna be like, if you've had it since we were hanging out, I would put that shit back in the fridge.
That all you got?
I've had it all week. It's sitting in the corner of my room, festering.
Are you like aging it like a fine wine? Because I don't think that's how soda works.
No, it's totally how it works. I'm gonna put some Mentos in it to make it fresh. I love that fucking fake video where it's like somebody tapes Mentos into a cola can, flips it upside down in their bathroom, and it flies around their bathroom, falls right into the toilet, and then the toilet just floods the room to the point that it bursts out the window.
Holy shit.
Like, it's fake, it's just an effects test or something, but like, it still looks super fucking satisfying.
That sounds fun.
It's,
I wish that was how
it's
physics
kind of
worked.
gross, but like, not excessively so.
Okay, with that, I think we are done with stream for the evening. For I am tired, and we have been at it for 2 hours. Thank you so much for coming and watching and hanging out. I hope you had fun. We have a Discord server that you can join to get stream updates and stuff like that. Here is the link. And tomorrow I will be on Star's channel playing Persona 4 Golden. You can get the link to hers there. And next week we will have Persona 2 again on Friday, but the week after that my semester will finally be over, so I am hoping I can do a couple more streams since I will have more energy to do so. You can get updates on that in the Discord server. Have a good night, stay safe, and I'll see you next week. Farewell!